Hi, this is Keith with How to Build Your Own Home, and I have an issue with water. It's my enemy, and I'm constantly fighting water damage or the potential for future water damage. We're on the side of a house right here, and I went and visited a friend who's looking to buy a home. I took some pictures of some damage to that home because they have the drain spout landing right in front of a spot footing. So I've got a spot footing over here, and I'm going to have a deck over that. So obviously I don't want any water getting close to that spot footing because it can affect that footing over time. And I've seen a lot of times builders will have a spot footing and they'll have a rain gutter emptying right in front of that spot footing. So I'm creating a swell through here to make sure I keep water away from the spot footing, but I'm going to make sure that if I have a rain gutter or any capture of rain up above, I'm going to re-divert it and take it away from the house. Water, again, is your enemy. One thing I do with regard to waterproofing my home is I put a product on my homes, and that product is something that I put on the transition between the foundation and your sheeting. So you see here I've got a complete seal as a protection between my concrete and my wafer board, of course my framing up above. There's a couple things that does for me. First of all, I've got a mountain behind me, and I have the potential for water runoff coming. Now, we had a big, huge rainstorm the last weekend. We didn't hardly see anything, but to be precautious about it, if I had some water coming down here and it filled up here for some reason, it's not going to get into the home there. So I take this product, which comes as it's a primer base, and it looks like pudding, and it goes on just like pudding, almost. So I've got that and a felt mesh. So I prime it base with a brush, which I get this at the dollar store for $1. This is not a $12 brush. This is a $1 brush. I put that on, I roll the felt on, then I put another coat over that, and I do that over the transition between my concrete and my framing structure. So I've got a complete seal. The other benefit is it actually helps with my blower door test. So when I have a compression blower door test in my house to test for any leakage that could happen in the house because it wasn't properly sealed, that's going to act as another seal for that, because one of the weakest points of a home is that transition between the framing structure and your concrete. A lot of times you can have gaps in that concrete. Now, if you don't have a good seal there, you can have gaps coming through there. But also, where you have your base plate and your sheeting on the outside, you can have leakage at the bottom of your sheeting. So air leakage could come right out of the bottom of that wafer board, and I've seen that as one of the #1 weakest spots in homes. So I've sealed off the bottom plate with this product. Now I use what's called KM coatings. It's actually a decking product. Sometimes I see a lot of technologies out there, and they produce a technology just for that, and it's very expensive. Well, I'm a roofer, one of my first trades, so I use products that are great for decks and roofing, and this stuff will last a very long time. This is the primer base, and you can get a top coat that would match a different color. I'm going to be doing this on some flat roofs up here down the road, but it works great for me. This is what I use. I'm not endorsing this product. They have not even approved for me to use it this way, but I know it's great for decks, and it has great exposure, life exposure for a lasting deck. So I use it here on the base of my transition between my concrete and my stud structure. Anyway, watch for water. It's destructive. As you notice, we've created a swell here. As you back out, you always want to have a positive slope. Now, I had very, very little room here, so we're actually creating a ditch through here. It will actually have river rock in it later on down the road. It'll be very beautiful, but I've got a big rock in the way here, so I've got to dig around the rock to make sure I've got a swell coming all the way around here. So we take that water and take it that way. But if there is a major deluge, like a 500-year flood, and if it came up a couple of inches here, it's not getting in this home. Anyway, this is Keith Couch with How to Build Your Own Home, talking about water again.